Hi, I'm Scot Nery, and I do Circus that's very important. And Not now! No! Why do you ruin everything? Fuck! I'm still Scot Nery. I host a show called Scot Nery's Boobie Trap.
If this is your first time at the show, it gets worse.
The name came from just randomness. Everybody has 4 minutes to perform, and when time is up, all kinds of chaos and weird stuff happens. The show started in May 2015. It's been running every single Wednesday. It started out as an open mic, and I wanted all these different performers to come and do stuff because I have a ton of friends from around the world that do circus and variety stuff. We can do open mics in different places and try out things, but there's no real place for everybody to come together and hang out and perform for a great audience. Thought that would be fun. On the third week, there were like 27 performers, and I said, okay, I have to book the show because there are too many people. It's great because these entertainers are going all over the world, and they're performing solo most of the time at like a corporate event where they'll fly in, rent a car, go to a hotel, drive over to the venue, do a half-hour show, drive back to the hotel, return their car, fly back, and they're doing that all alone, and the show might suck completely because they don't have the right lighting or sound or whatever. It's not very fulfilling. I would do a big corporate show and I would feel completely like anybody could have shown up and done a bad job in the terrible situation they set up for me. They didn't need to pay me a whole bunch of money to do that. And then I would do a free show where they really needed me because the audience was suffering through a terrible night and they needed a justification for coming out. So it was weird because when I felt most valuable was a lot of times when I was being paid the least. Now I'm not a solo juggler as much. I'm producing things, I'm helping with casting and creating and developing a whole bunch of different entertainment stuff that is audience-centric and powerful. That's what drives me. I like affecting people and really changing them. It's a chance for great performers to meet awesome audiences. It's what fun feels like. I want to just do everything I can to make great entertainment for the world. When I was a kid, I did magic shows. I started performing professionally when I was 11. The Ringling Bros Circus had this clown college, so I thought, I need to learn everything about being a clown. I need to learn how to do makeup, balloon animals, ride a unicycle, juggle, do mime. I liked being able to practice something in my yard. Circus is the way that I saw where I could have the most powerful effect on an audience. That's how I came into it. It's a thing that's happening in that moment, and you can watch it for the train wreck. You could watch it to see it go bad, and that was more special and more powerful. I found traveled around the world performing on the streets, huge amphitheaters and arenas and all kinds of different stuff as a juggler. The thing that's always driven me has been the audience, giving an audience fulfillment. That's what I work toward in everything. When I lived in Nashville for a little while, I was touring with this band called Brooks and Dunn. They had this huge country music tour, and I was living in Nashville during the week, and I would go on stage as much as I could. I'd go to a venue that had a show, talk to the band, and say, can I open for you? One place, they had sports playing on the TVs. People were there to talk to their friends. It was the most distracting place in the world, and I started up and I started yelling at people. This guy just walked in the door and I just insulted him and made fun of his mustache, and then people started laughing. I took control, told them we need to turn off the TVs, and I got them to turn off all the TVs. I brought people in, moved people toward the stage. In 20 minutes, I turned the whole room around into a show audience, made them laugh and cheer, and after they paid to get in, they passed a bucket around and collected money and gave it to me, and I was just doing it for free just to open for a band. To me, there's a difference between a performer and an entertainer. Those are two different paths. A performer just gets on stage and does something. Who cares what the audience thinks? And they can be used for entertainment. And if you want to be an entertainer, then look at what affects an audience. Learn from watching everything you can. Your goal is to affect an audience, no matter what. If they don't like juggling and you're a juggler, then you have to either bring them over to juggling or you have to do something different in that moment. That's with each audience that you run into. Never blame an audience for anything. It's always up to you to make it work. Well, people ask me a lot what I'm trying to do with Boobie Trap. I love the way it is, and that's the goal. It's a dream every single week to be able to show off these amazing performers for curious audiences, and that's the best. So people will say, are you trying to make a TV show with it, or what's the dream? That's the dream. It is the dream. I think that new Circus is about empathic individual experiences that are powerful. Our old Circus was a huge group of people would come and see a huge show, and I think that with social media and stuff like that, people get a very customized experience. Even with streaming video, they get a very custom experience of what they want, attuned exactly to them. And for them to get away from Netflix to go to a live show, they have to have something that's just as powerful, just as personal, and they're not gonna do it if we're trying to just mass market some bullshit to them. Future of Circus to me is narrow casting toward individuals. I'd also like to change how people see entertainment and what the goal is. We're not just going for happiness, laughs, or people buying more drinks. We're going for fulfillment of an audience. And I want to find how to do that and how to motivate more people to go for that goal. That's it. And I'm leaving.